I mean, who expected that? I don't even know how to. It's a bit of a mad one, if I'm being completely honest with you. Hey guys, it's your boy Ojo Whitesam here, back again with another post-match analysis and player ratings of Liverpool. Didn't think these words were going to come out of my mouth today, but losing 3-0 to Watford. Let's just start off with the lineup. I mean, first of all, Liverpool, the lineup. I suspected Joe Gomez to start, the usual suspects, maybe Naby Keita or Oxlade-Chamberlain, and all of this. But then Lovren gets ahead of Joe Gomez because he had some injury, and then Matip wasn't there. I thought Matip. Normally, I thought if it wasn't Joe Gomez, it'd be Joe Matip and then Lovren. But today it was Darren Lovren, and then obviously Oxlade-Chamberlain in midfield instead of Naby Keita, which he apparently had a little injury again, which is very frustrating. But yeah, we start the game off, and to be fair, the first few minutes, Watford didn't do anything. Watford did quite a lot. They were giving us a lot of trouble. Deulofeu on Liverpool's right hand side was causing us a lot of problems. A lot of problems are down. There was a few chances that went over, and a lot of problems were created there. And then it was a really weird game, and even from the first 30 minutes, there was no chances created. I mean, the only chance I can really think of in that first half was when Salah, stupidly after a brilliant ball from Oxlade-Chamberlain, just takes it first time and had a lot of time on the ball and just takes it rashly. And then there was another one where Sadio Mane, who's in the offside position, tries heading it when Van Dijk's in a good position. But Watford had loads of chances. They had a lot of chances on the counter-attack, a lot of them through errors of our own. There was one where Mohamed Salah tries to turn around, plays it back into Trent, but the pass was way too sloppy and ends up leading out to a counter-attack, a 1-2 on that left-hand side. Deulofeu cuts it back and a chance gets blocked by Van Dijk. And it was very poor from Liverpool, and it's been a theme for me, I think, it's been since Norwich, in hindsight. And it's been poor so far. And and there wasn't really much to say about the first half. Watford had loads of chances, and Liverpool had barely any. If any, really. I don't think they had a shot on target in that first half, and showed. And second half, more or less the same, if I'm being completely honest with you. I mean, it was a brilliant chance from Sarr, which was tipped over by Alisson. And then we had a few chances, and then they get the ball around the 50th minute from a throw-in, which was poorly cleared, I believe, from Lovren. I don't think he cleared it well, but I'm not going to scapegoat him because I know a lot of Liverpool fans are going to be like, Darren Lovren, you are absolutely, I know a lot of Liverpool fans are going to be annoyed, and I know a lot of Liverpool fans are going to be annoyed about that, and I completely understand. But for me, there was so much wrong with that first goal. Obviously, Lovren, I think it was Lovren anyway, who clears the ball out awfully. He could have probably done a bit better. But from the throw-in, obviously gets thrown in, and Troy Deeney was doing his whole game. And full respect to him, obviously, he knows that he's not going to be able to match up to Van Dijk. He knows that for a fact. And he targeted Van Dijk. I'm not Van Dijk, Darren Lovren. He targeted him, and it worked this time. This time round, he gets, he's beside Lovren. The ball goes over Darren Lovren, and it falls into Doucouré, I believe. Doucouré does, first of all, Fabinho doesn't track Doucouré's run, which allows him to get down the byline. Van Dijk is lazy as hell to try and defend it. He could have easily blocked the cross there. And then Andy Robertson's not goal side to his marker, so it allows Mane's son to get the goal, to make it 1-0. And I was shocked, but I was still like, hey, you know what? We've been in this position before. We've been 1 goal down. I can still see us do this. We've done it before. We've done it even in the 80th minute when we've been a goal down, and but we had created chances in those games. But then second thing happens, and it ends up being 2-0. The goal was... Is it mad that... Yeah, I had to pause the video there because I had a slight memory lapse of how the goal happened, and oh my god, I mean it was all from a throw-in, very sloppy play down that left-hand side, and then the ball gets played. I don't know if it was a blind ball, but it kind of had that. Oh, actually, before I start, because I completely forgot, I mentioned before, as I said, this whole thing was, honestly, this whole situation just feels like an out-of-body experience. We haven't lost in the league since Man City, and we haven't lost to a trash team. Sorry, Cohen, I know all of this, but there's levels to this. But obviously today, you man won. But we haven't lost to a bottom league side in God knows how long. And that's the truth to it. We haven't lost to a bottom league side. The last time I properly remember is maybe Swansea. Maybe Swansea 2 seasons ago. I honestly can't remember the last time we lost to a bottom of the half table side. But yeah, obviously Deulofeu gets injured, and I hope he's good. I hope he stays because he's a great player, and if Watford want to stay up, hope he's going to be a catalyst for that. So hopefully, fingers crossed for him that he does, he comes back better. But getting on to the second goal, because then Pereira, and I thought, I thought we'd be able to strive on. That's kind of an advantage to us. But yeah, the ball gets played in behind into Ismaila Sarr, and Van Dijk gets caught out, and Alisson comes out, and Ismaila Sarr does very, very well. Chips the ball over the goalkeeper, over Alisson, and makes it 2-0. And I was still like, hey, you know what? 2 goals. We still got half an hour to play. We can still do this. And then Trent. I mean, best right back in the world right now in current football, and he had a brain fart. And I've not seen this Liverpool team do that for God knows how long. I've not seen that many brain farts. Today it was just, I don't know. But basically, if you guys haven't watched it, Trent tries to play the ball back to Alisson, which happens so many times in the game. I'll get into it in a bit. But Trent plays the ball back, and then it doesn't reach Alisson, and they get the ball. It plays it back into Troy Deeney. I think Ismaila Sarr gets the ball back. Troy Deeney hits it outside the box, I think. Nice little curl shot over Van Dijk, over Alisson, and makes it 3-0, and that was game over. We had a few chances before we went 3-0 down. Obviously, Lallana hits the post when he came on from far. But apart from that, I'm being honest, there was nothing. There was absolutely nothing. And this is where I'm going to vent, because I know a lot of you man are going to... I'm annoyed that we lost. Of course I am. But it's the manner that we lost. Of course, the unbeaten run is over. We're still going to win the league. Like, if we don't clip it up, that's fine. But we're still going to win the league. We literally need to win 4 games. The league is won. And I think because of how well we've been doing, our expectations have gone extremely, extremely high. I've been saying trebles. We should go for the treble. We we haven't won the league in 30 years. But, fair play to, Arsenal fans right now. I think the rest of the league are they're popping champagne and all of this. But fair play to Watford, but I now need to talk about my team. Because the worrying signs have been there. And I know it's all good saying it now when everything is happened and Liverpool have lost the game and saying, oh yeah, the worrying signs have been there. But let's be honest, it has been. There's no way of beating around the bush. Especially since the the winter break that we've been pushing for so long, we have been poor. And I don't know if this is a recurring theme with Liverpool. Whenever we went on a break, when we got knocked out in the FA Cup to Spain and all of this, our form would deteriorate. Last season, we drew to West Ham, Leicester, and all of this. And this time, it's the same thing again. And I don't know whether it's the players that they need consistency. They need to play every 3 games to be good. I'm not too sure, but today there was nothing good. I'm being honest with you, there's nothing good with this. There was nothing good with the performance. I'm being honest, I don't even know if I can give any of the players right now a 7 out of 10. I'm going to get into the ratings soon, but I need to rant a bit because this season has been absolutely amazing. It has been absolutely amazing. I'm not going to be one being saying like this season's been awful because it's going to be the first time we win in the Premier League in 30 years. Let's be honest here. I've been waiting for this. I have not even witnessed my team ever do this in its lifetime. And obviously, Liverpool fans tend to gas themselves up. And, you know, when we were going on a run, we seemed unbeatable. You know, you'd be like, oh, we're gonna win the league, we're gonna win the Champions League, we're gonna win the FA Cup, we're gonna win everything. And I'm being honest with you, recently, since that Atleti match, I don't even know if we're going through in the Champions League. I don't know. We've not been playing well. We're not creating enough chances. The reason we've been able to, the games where we look like we're down and out and we've lost the game, we dominate the match. Most of the time we dominate. If we're losing 1-1, if we're drawing 1-1, you score in the 90th minute, most of the time we dominate the game. Today we didn't even have the sniff. I don't even remember if we had a shot on target. I think Andy Robertson was the only player that had a shot on target today. Andy Robertson, the only player. Van Dijk was shooting from far out. Trent, I knew the heads were gone as soon as Trent took that free kick and went for goal. He never does that. From that angle, never does it. But our heads went, and I've not seen this for a good 2-3 years. And it worries me because we've got a lot of big games coming up. We've got Chelsea next week in a few days' time. We've got Atleti 2 weeks from now. And if our heads are moving like this, the league is, even though we all know the league isn't yet won. We have not gone through in the Champions League. We haven't gone through in the FA Cup. And we can't. Like, this season, we can't. It's just not. But let me get into the player ratings because this is where I feel like I can vent more. Alisson Becker. From being honest, couldn't really do much for the goals. He made a few saves. So for me, I'm going to say 6 out of 10, I guess. Trent, I can't believe I'm giving my boy Trent. I'm giving him a 4 out of 10. I'm being honest with you. 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. He got caught out so much down that down his right hand side, especially in that first half of Deulofeu. Luckily, we weren't managed to get punished by it. Obviously, he was at fault for the goal, which was, I'm assuming the stats now are going to say that it's his first error leading to a goal. And then, you know, was not good in attack, which he hasn't been for a bit. I don't know. He just was poor today. But Lovren, I know a lot of Liverpool fans are going to give him a stick. I already know that a lot of Liverpool fans, and he was trash today, don't get it twisted. But I feel like the whole defence was, probably bar Robertson. But yeah, for me, again, I'm going to give another 4 out of 10. Obviously, was partially to blame for the goal. Should have done so much better in handling Troy Deeney. I know Troy Deeney is a massive presence, but should have done way much better for handling that. So yeah, for me, another 4 out of 10. Even Virgil van Dijk, I'm giving a 5 out of 10. Obviously, it was good at moments, but I felt for the goal, he should have done much better. For both of the first goals, the first two goals that we conceded, he should have done much better. He should have been able to read for a player of that caliber, Van Dijk should be reading the play. It looked like he was being lazy for the tackle. I don't know why, but he felt like he was being very lazy for the first goal as well. I don't know whether this is arrogance. I'm not too sure, but it just felt lazy. And Andy Robertson, I felt for me, was literally out of the defence, the only one trying to make something happen. And maybe you guys may disagree with me. That's fine. But for me, he felt like he was the only one actually trying to do things. He obviously got a shot off. I thought he could have maybe had a better shot in that instance. Obviously on the left hand side, he was trying to get crosses in from the right, from the left. He was everywhere on the pitch, but couldn't make anything happen. And so I'm gonna give Robertson probably a 7 out of 10, and that's saying something. He was probably our man of the match, and that was a 7 out of 10. Fabinho, as I said again, he was at fault for the goal because he couldn't track Doucouré's runner. Obviously, Van Dijk was very lazy in the way, but he didn't track Doucouré's runner. It was a series of bad mistakes, really. But apart from that, I thought overall he was all right. I thought Fabinho was all right. Yeah, I'm still giving him a 6 out of 10, but I thought he was all right. Like, Apart from that, that's the only thing I can think that he did wrong. It wasn't at fault. You know, his positional awareness was fine. He didn't give the ball away a lot. I thought he was fine. Oxlade-Chamberlain, I thought first half he played well. If I'm being completely honest with you, he was probably the brightest spark in that first half. I felt like a few times he maybe should have been able to try and have a pop instead of just trying to pass the ball. But again, not enough. 6 out of 10. I mean, and then Gini Wijnaldum just. Today I'm going to call him Casper. He's Casper Wijnaldum. He was ghosting. He was ghosting today. He was just ghosting. And I didn't see enough of him. I completely forgot he was on the pitch today. I did not know. I can't remember his number. I don't remember where he was on the pitch. Did he get subbed off? I think he did. I don't remember him whatsoever in the game. He was ghosting. So just that by default he's getting a 5. Because I don't know what he did. And then Salah. Bro, I don't know what that blade of grass was, because Firmino and Salah was doing the same thing. They're both slipping PTSD, like Stevie G. And they were slipping on the same turf on that right-hand side. In that first half, they were slipping. Salah gave the ball away stupidly in that first half. There were so many things wrong with the front line. I can't fathom it. Like, literally, normally with the front line, if not all of them are playing well, at least one of them's playing well. At least one of them. Today, none of them were. Salah gave the ball away so much. He gave the ball away so many times. He took shots, especially in that first half, a brilliant opportunity provided by Ox, and he takes it on his right foot from a tight angle while it being on the half volley. First time. Why? You had so much time and space and you could have maybe created a chance. You could have got a goal. But no, he was being rash about it. And it frustrates me so much. I was having this conversation with my dad and I was like, I love Salah so much. But he frustrates me like no other player. And today, he was doing the exact same thing. And Sadio, so rating, I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. Sadio Mane, I've not seen Sadio Mane play so badly in my life. He was, I know a lot of people love Mane, and I do as well. But for me, I did not think he played well today. Did not create enough chances. Yeah, he was sometimes had a little bit of a spark to him, but gave the ball away a lot. Even there was times at 2-0 when he was in around the penalty box and he would just be faffing about with the ball. And I'm like, what the hell? This is not the Mane that we're used to seeing. So again, 5 out of 10. Firmino, didn't even notice him today. I didn't even notice him today. 5 out of 10. And then the players that came on, Lallana had a good shot that hit the post. It says a lot when Lallana is the person creating most of our chances. It says a lot. It says a lot. And then Divock Origi, nothing really. 2-0, and then we concede straight away. There's nothing really to say about it. Obviously, he tried his best, but again, non-applicable. 5 out of 10. Minamino, he looked bright when he came on, if I'm being completely honest with you. So, yeah, 6 out of 10, I guess. But with 4 wins, that's all we got now. Invincibles is out of the way. We're on, 79 points? So we need to win 7 of the games to get the Centurions thing. So 7 wins, 1 draw. I'm just worried now. We've been exploited quite a bit now. We've been exploited. Atleti's exploited as some bloody Watford have. West Ham has stifled us. Norwich has stifled us. We've won 52 out of our last 4 games. Worrying signs are there. We'll see how we bounce back. It's going to be interesting to see. But I'm worried, fam. I'm worried with you. I'm worried so much about this. And we'll see. I'm not too sure how this is going to end up. League's won. Obviously, I'm being greedy right now. And I won the Champions League. I won the FA Cup. But I'm not too sure if we're going to get that. Hopefully we don't manage to mess this up. But I know a lot of rival fans are watching this. So please, because you guys are happy. And if you're a Liverpool fan, mourn with me. So please make sure to smash that like button. And part of the mourning process or the celebrationary process for rival fans, subscribe to the channel as well. I mean, you're probably going to witness more losses, and leave your comments down there in the comment section below. If you're a rival fan, let me know if you're popping champagne today or whatever. Arsenal fans, you're celebrating about not being Invincibles. I mean, Liverpool not being Invincibles, and rival fans in general. Watford fans, I mean, I know Cohen's a subscriber. I know he's going to be absolutely loving life. So, Cohen and any other Watford fans, fair play. But, yeah. It's your boy Joe West Ham here. This day's been awful. But I hope it's the end of the video. I hope you guys have a very nice day. See ya.